Happy Saturday. Um, I'm so excited. The sun is out, even though my it's breezy, but you know, what do I do? It's been snowing for 2 weeks, and now the sun is out, and it was uh 56 degrees today here. Welcome sun. I mean, I'm so excited about it. Anyway, I have an announcement. So it's not been a secret that I work at a hospital and I do medical records there. The other not secret is that I have been doing graveyards since like the 20th of January of this year. And I thought I could do it and that it would be worth the extra money. But the extra money is only $15 a week. So that adds up to $60 a month. And it has not been worth it for me. I am a sun person, as you can see. I am I I have a seasonal affective disorder, and so when it's dark all winter long, and then I have to, all summer long, I'm gonna be living in the nighttime, it's just not a good fit for me. I've noticed like I've had some health issues a little bit stranger than usual, and I really believe it has to do with not sleeping when a normal human is supposed to sleep. So, with that being said, I had been looking for a new job, and I, as I quote as I quote Morrissey, I'm looking for a job, and then I found a job. So that's for people my generation. Anyway, so I found a job, and I'm very excited about it. It will be working in, I'll start early in the morning and I'll get off by about 6, maybe 7 o'clock at night, which is okay. Really, that's okay with me. I will, if I worked until 6 or 7 o'clock at night, that's overtime. And yay me, I need overtime. And this also pays extremely well. So that's another plus. So I'm very excited. And there are a couple of people there that I know their names and I remember them from like 32 years ago. And so they remember me. And so I'm kind of excited to go back to like what I loved doing and I'm very passionate about. I can't talk a lot about it, unfortunately, but what I can say is that it's an armored vehicle service, and I'm excited to do weapons qualification for this company. Yeah, I, I love guns. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. Okay, so kiss my brain. Congratulations to me. And now I'm very excited to share this topic today because I've been wanting to do it for a while. And I kind of held it off for a while because, well, last week, as you know, I couldn't find it and I finally found it. Well, I ended up writing it again. And I found one extra story. So let's just dive right in, okay? Let's just get in that rabbit hole. Frogman. Let's talk about Frogman. I'm so excited about this because it creeps me out so bad. I'm not a huge frog person, even though I helped my daughter in South Carolina with a frog that I don't know how it got into the Atlantic Ocean And my daughter and I, we found the tree frog, and it was white, and it was trying to get out. Is all that salt water. It was getting really sick. And so we picked it up, and then we had bottled water, and so we poured a little bit of this bottled water onto it to wash off any of the salt. And then slowly the colors started coming back to its body and stuff. So we decided to put it back onto the tree. That we saw a couple of other tree frogs from there, so we think that that was where it came from, and somehow it jumped onto someone's backpack or something. That's what we think, how it happened to go onto the shore. Anyway, so other than that, I like Kermit the Frog, but that's kind of creepy too because he talks and he dances, but I still like him. Anyway, so this one is, let me start. I'm going to jump around from dates. I'm sure everybody knows about this, but I didn't know about Frogman until like maybe a year ago. And so I'm super, super, super excited. I'm super fascinated. Yeah, it took me 6 minutes to talk about how excited I am, right? So, back in 1950s, there was a traveling salesman that he had been driving, and it was a night near Loveland, Ohio. And he said that as he had been driving, it was near the Little Miami River. And that's another reason why I was kind of, not too sure. Should I do this? Is it too soon? Because, God bless the people in that area now are really struggling. So we'll keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Anyway, he said he saw several bipedal creatures that looked like they were 4-foot tall frogs. And I think he saw like 4 or maybe 5, something to that effect, because he said several. To me, several is, if they said a few, then that would be like 3 to 5, and several is I know, I'm technical, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so he went on to say that as he was slowing down, he was getting closer to them being in their headlights, but by the time he finally got to where they were standing, they were gone. And so, just wacky, right? I don't know what I would do, but it would be kind of cool if I saw one. I don't know. That might be scary though, right? Right? Anyway, sorry guys. So the latest sighting that I could find, it doesn't mean that it is the latest sighting. I really believe this since 2016. There have been a ton. I'm just really having a hard time finding all of these sightings. And I don't know if it's because maybe the stories are copyright, or I don't know. It's hard for me to find them. And then what I don't like about doing my research is when I think I found an article, all of a sudden it's tongue-in-cheek, they're sarcastic, and they really make fun of people that have seen these. And so it kind of ticks me off. I get really TO'd about it, because I think they're jagoffs when they do that. Anyway, so in 2016, there was I'm going to call him a young man or kid, and the reason why is because he's probably old enough to be my son even back then. So, sorry, Sam. Anyway, so Sam Jacobs was playing with Pokemon Go. He had some friends with him, and they had kind of not really, but kind of like split up, and they were looking for whatever creature from Pokemon Go that they could find. So he was near congregation at the Beth Adam synagogue when he spotted something very odd, and he said it was not a part of his game. So what he saw was, so he walked over the train tracks. He crossed the train tracks in that area. So if you guys are familiar with that area, he was walking across the train tracks, and he was headed toward the Isabella Lake, and he saw this, he called it a gigantic frog that was crouched down a little bit in the water, wasn't like too far out. I believe he actually got a picture of it. From what I gather, it's from him. It stood up on its hind legs and started walking toward him. So what he says about this is, I realize this sounds crazy, but I swear on my grandma's grave, this is the truth. And he took pictures, and then he sent those pictures to a couple of friends, and I believe a girlfriend too. I think he had a girlfriend at that time. And so he has never wavered from this account. He has never changed his story. And I mean story as in this is what he experienced. I believe him. I believe him 100%. So, in 1972, there was a police officer named Ray Shockey. Sorry, I'm cheating. And he was driving on Riverside near the Totes Boots factory. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And along the Little Miami River again. And he said an unidentified animal scurried across the road right in front of Officer Shockey, and right in front of his illuminated lights. So that was in 1972. So the lights, even back then, they're not as they are now. But for him to get a good enough look means that it was close. It was close to his lights, close enough for him to see what he saw, right? So, a couple weeks later, another officer, and this is his description of it. 4 feet long, 50 to 75 pounds, and leathery skin. At first he said that he spotted the creature crouched down like a frog, and then it stood up on its hind legs and climbed over the guardrail. So for me, I'm thinking how only a human could climb over a guardrail. One leg and then the other. Because if he said anything else, then that would have meant that it had more animal characters as far as like jumping over a guardrail. Something like that. And it sounded like he was very particular in his movement of climbing over that guardrail. So, he climbed over the guardrail and went back down toward the river. And I find that very, very fascinating. 2 weeks after Officer Shockey's incident, there was another police officer Sorry, I'm grabbing this chair. I'm putting my feet on it. Anyway, um, um, Mark Matthews saw the exact same creature, exact same description in the same, identical description, but in the same vicinity as Officer Shockey's. But Matthew shot it. And he said he put it in the trunk of his car. And then he said it looked like a strange looking iguana without a tail. But a few years later, Mark Matthews was recounting his story for a book, not that he wrote, but that another author wrote, and I don't know the author's name, I'm sorry, but the book is called Loveland Legends, and he said in the book that he thought it was Frogman, and he said that it was not an iguana, it was a frogman. And then he recounted his story again to say definitely it was not an iguana, but that he saw Frogman. And that was an interview or something like that. So he ultimately backed up Officer Shockey's account of this Frogman. And from what I know, since 2018, there have been probably 200 sightings. So it started off just a handful maybe, or people are not coming out and talking about it back then. But now all of a sudden people are talking about Frogman. And now that more and more people are talking about these things, we're hearing more stories. I think people are getting brave and deciding to give themselves a voice and not care about what other people are saying because they know what they saw and they saw what they saw. And it was, Bigfoot, Headless Horseman. You can still see there's a couple of stories of Headless Horseman. Black-eyed children. Whatever strangeness, which I call para-weird, is out there. I think that they have been out here all along, or they've been around us all along. But the more the people see, the more the people will share. And I believe that we will see more and more of this because the veil between whatever you call heaven, hell, or whatever you call it is thinner. And I think that there's a reason for that. And we just don't understand everything yet. But we will. Everything will be out in the open for us eventually, and we will understand all. And we just have to open up our minds and open up our hearts to that, because there are a lot of people that see things, but when they're being made fun of and they're being suppressed because they cannot speak their truth and they cannot speak about what really happened to them, it is damaging to these people psychologically. So always keep an open mind on these things, because you don't want to psychologically damage someone for what they have seen. And I get it, there are people out there that are liars, and you can smell their poop a mile away, because some of these stories are just like too extraordinary. But then there are other stories that when you hear almost the same thing over and over, even though it's a different person, so it is a different story, you gotta kind of wonder what in the heck is going on. What in the heck is going on out here? And out here, I mean, in the world, I mean, like Dogman. I really think that Dogman is a lot older than what we know of, but that's because some of us haven't been paying attention. Some of us have been paying attention. Some of us are more vocal about what we see. Some of us are starting to believe more. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on things. If any of you guys have seen Frogman or know someone that has seen Frogman, please comment below. Shoot me out an email, and I would be more than happy to read your story on here, like I did with Anonymous with the monkey lemur demon. So please let me know. And I'm excited. We have 96, us as a group, 96 subscribers. You guys, that is amazing. Thank you so much, the new subscribers. I sure love every one of you guys, and I am so excited. So we just need to get 4 more subscribers, and then I will have 100 subscribers, and I want to do something really fun. I want to do something just, I want to talk more about cryptids. I'm thinking of going live, possibly playing a couple of really, really fun games. Just, having fun. I'm really excited about that. The other thing that's happening is I'm excited about this too. So I'm on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. And I asked my Facebook friends, because I have 20 of them. What should I do what should I talk about on my YouTube channel? And nobody said anything but my daughter. She is like, Mom, do this. And, I can't say no to my little baby Pin Poo. So I told Pin Poo, absolutely I'm going to do it. And I'm really excited to do it. I'm going to learn a lot of stuff. I hope you guys learn some stuff. And it's gonna be really cool. It's a huge spectrum, but I'm going to try to narrow it down and, oh, look at me. I'm going to try to narrow it down and have something really exciting. I hope you guys will learn from it. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Have a happy Easter if you celebrate it. Have a happy springtime. Enjoy this beautiful spring weather, and I will see you guys back here sometime next week. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I come in peace. I go in peace. Don't be jagoffs to each other. Be kind and nice. And good things happen when you put a pure intent into things. Good things happen. So, make it work, people. No, I'm joking. Happy people are happier. So remember that. And hugs and loves. I come in peace. I go in peace. Light and love to everybody. And don't litter, please. It does not help crime scenes. So have a good day. Bye.